Take a look at these two brands here. One is literally using shopping images that Google itself tells you not to use, and this other one doesn't even use a product page. Now, on paper, neither of these should be getting any traction, but actually both are crushing it in their niches and scaling massively. So what if I told you there's a new way of running Google Shopping ad campaigns in 2026 that most brands don't even know about? It's the exact same method that we're using across over 200 Google ad accounts that we manage here at Echelonn to profitably spend over $17 million every single month. Now, as you can see in this example in front of you, Google's basically telling you to only use a solid white background and to keep the product clearly visible. It tells you to avoid anything looking busy. Google's literally visually showing you to use the exact product shot style that everybody's running. Now, take for example the search around protein drink and muscle building. While the listings can differ in terms of titles, maybe ratings, price, these are the key differentiation points. And what you see is all the images look the exact same. And I want to be clear on what the image actually is. It is probably the single most valuable piece of real estate you can get in all of Google Shopping. And it's actually the first thing a buyer judges you on. And most of these things in any category are usually the same. You just got a product with a white background. And what ends up happening, like for example here in a carousel of 9 products, that style repeated through the whole result. Everyone looks the exact same. You're looking at the same row of near identical images. And then they compete on just price. Like, have a look from a distance. This looks all the same. Maybe they're different from the brand or the rating or the reviews, pricing. Now think about what that actually means. Getting seen is the free part. Google puts you right in front of a ready buyer at no cost, and the listing is what earns the click. But if your listing isn't standing out, the click and the sale behind it goes to someone else who visually stood out over you. They had more reviews, their shipping was faster, the pricing was better, the image was slightly better, or they had a discount. Like, the thing with Google's documentation is actually very far from practice. And funny enough, Google's actually got a product studio that helps you create these variations. So they're sort of contradicting on what they're saying. Just put a product with a light background. In practice, go ahead and search protein powder, go ahead and search collagen in your Google Shopping. You will see lifestyle images. I want to pull a few examples. Look at that. You can see the product, you see it in a lifestyle setting, or even here, you've got a couple on the bed, but this can actually get crazier than you think, because the common thing about all of this is the product is still visible. Now, take an example from the brand Muesli. While you can see some of their shopping listings are still the image with the white background, there's a bit of variation here. Like, they're using a different colored background on that one, but also here there's like a before and after. Look at this example. They're not even showing the product. To go even deeper on this, bang, no product, but it sort of gives a vibe of, oh, what's the product here, or the results. They're not even showing the product at all. And there's ways they're using the image for their ICP, like an old lady, a young teenager. They're purposely using these images for their ideal customer, for the ad that is getting presented to them. So you want to think for a moment just how much leverage this actually creates, because you don't need any extra traffic. You don't even need to raise your budget or change anything about your product. All you're really doing is changing the image on the Google product listing. And this works because most brands will run the same product image or style for years. So the same day you start testing this, you're already miles ahead of everyone else. But a winning image gets clicks again and again, every single time your listing shows. By the way, this will compound in many other ways over time. Because guys, most of your competitors aren't going to be doing this because they just think they need to use product shots. And I know they can do lifestyle images, the before and after. Plus, that's only 2 examples. There's so many type of images that can be leveraged on shopping ads. And again, let's go to Google's documentation here. We are underneath the link. So this is basically the landing page attribute for your shopping feed. But what I want you to pay attention to on this page is the image displayed here. Most of you would argue that the example given here is a typical product page. You got the product shot, you get the buy box. And the thing is, when you click into a lot of shopping ads, most brands are running this exact setup. Your landing page, surprise, surprise, doesn't have to be a product page. It can be a quiz, an advertorial, a product page with a pre-sale. Basically anything built for where the buyer is in their head. Do not be fooled. Your landing page does not have to go straight to the product page. For example, a problem-aware buyer needs objections answered before they even add to cart. A category browser would potentially like a quiz that recommends the right product. A buyer who's almost ready to pull the trigger would potentially need a pre-sale that gets them over the line. A PDP, that's just one option. Okay, so now I want to show you an example of this. We've searched kitten food. There's this brand called Untamed. They sell cat food, believe it or not. And what they've actually been doing is they've started targeting their different audience segments based on their type of cat. They've even gone as far as customizing the listings and customizing the landing page per search. So here you have kitten food, here you have ragdoll cat food, here you have Maine Coon. This is essentially the same product that they're running ads to, but to target different audience segments. Now what's interesting is when you click into here, you can see that they've even created landing page duplicates. So they're really customizing for the target. Look, ragdoll in the header. And if we scroll down, look at this. There's even reviews that shows ragdolls. This is how specific they are with the customer journey. Now, what's unique about this, while this can look like a buy box initially, it actually isn't an add to cart, because it actually isn't a buy box. You actually can't add to cart here. So you click the CTA, and when you click it, it's actually a quiz funnel. Now there's a few reasons you could run a quiz, but a quiz qualifies a buyer. You can also collect emails through the quiz, which is another good idea. But long story short, the way a lot of quizzes work is it gives buyers the impression that they're being recommended the right product, and only then do they typically route to the checkout. And I want you to notice the difference, because this is a completely different type of funnel. Let me remind you, this was a shopping ad. It doesn't have to just be click on the ad straight to product. By the way, guys, we've seen brands route shopping traffic into advertorials. As you can see, I put a post on Twitter about it. We've seen shopping listings route to product pages with pre-sale sections that position the product as the exact solution to the buyer's problem as well. And these pages can not only increase your conversion rate, but it allows you to address the buying psychology of your customers and really give them a bespoke option. Top of funnel, more bottom of funnel, problem aware, curious, the skeptics, the comparison shoppers, those with more objections. If you're running Meta, you can probably also use these funnels on Meta. And when it comes to scaling this method at higher spends, we found that using product duplication works exceptionally well across all 200 ad accounts that we manage, which is also one of the ways we're able to spend 17, 18, 19, 20 plus million dollars per month on Google Ads profitably for clients. You can actually check out this video where I actually go into more detail on this. And if you're a brand making over $500,000 in revenue, or spending at least 20K a month on Google Ads for your e-commerce brand, and you're curious on what kind of opportunities lie within your ad account, maybe more profit, maybe more scale, maybe there's opportunities that you're missing out on, or you just want an expert like myself to run over your ad account and give you my 2 cents, you can grab a time with myself today, and I can give you a custom free Google and YouTube ad audit, just to give you some insider knowledge that myself and my team here at Echelonn are leveraging across all the ad accounts that we manage. All we do is Google Ads for e-commerce brands. I'll see you in the next one.